Ṣẹ́gun ní fún wa, ẹ̀tàn mọ́lẹ̀ títọ́, ẹ̀yin màlẹ́kà mímọ́. Ẹ̀tàn mọ́lẹ̀ títọ́, ẹ̀yin màlẹ́kà mímọ́. Ògo ni fún Baba, ògo ni fún Ọmọ. Ẹ̀tàn mọ́lẹ̀ títọ́, ẹ̀yin màlẹ́kà mímọ́. Ògo ni fún orúkọ rẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ́ ní fẹ́ṣù, 'cause he is the devil, and all those that follow him. 'Cause he is the devil, and all those that follow him. The Father has caused him, 'cause he is the devil, and the works of his hand. 'Cause all those that follow him. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. And once again, we extend a warm welcome to every one of us who have come here today to honor God, to bow our heads, to worship Him, to serve Him, to seek His power and His glory, because today is the day of power. So many people don't understand why we come to worship God. They feel, well, Sunday is enough. Why do you have to come on Wednesday or Friday? One thing you don't realize is that worshiping of God is one of the most important things you can do as a Christian. If you're a true worshiper of God, believe me, you need to pray less, because God will be fighting your battles for you. When you can take the time out of your busy schedule to come and bow your head for the altar, to come and be in God's presence, you can never lose your reward. God will definitely honor your sacrifice and obedience. Remember, it was simply because of worship that God delivered His people from Egyptian bondage, over 400 years of slavery. He delivered them. Why? For them to go and worship Him. It shows how important worship is to God. Many people minimize worship. They think, Sunday is fine, I have to go. They don't see the importance. Your mere presence in the church today or any other Wednesday or Tuesday tells God that you care about Him, you honor Him, and you cannot go empty-handed. And many of you are asking for things from God, but you don't have time to worship Him. You don't come to church during the weekdays. You think Sunday is the only day. You neglect a very important part of your Christian life. Because as you're coming to God's presence, that's how He's untying all the chains Satan has used to rope you down. Don't think that, I just have to come to church once in a while. No. Every time you come in God's presence, something happens in your life. You don't go empty-handed. And so today we'll continue the passage we read on Wednesday, 2 Corinthians chapter 4. We read verses 1 to 7 on Wednesday, and today we're going to continue from 8 to 15. The Epistle of 2 Corinthians was the second letter that the Apostle Paul wrote to the church in Corinth. This church was founded by Apostle Paul. They were not Jews, they were Italians, Romans, and they were converted to Christianity from the idolatry, from the gods they used to worship, because they had many gods they were worshipping. But when Apostle Paul preached unto them, they received Christ and became born again and were saved. And so this letter that he wrote to them dealt with the Christian life, the life of faith of the Christian. Many people think that once you get saved, once you come to church, your life should be rosy from that time on, that as long as they're doing God's will, you don't have any problems. And so when they begin to encounter problems in their lives, they backslide, because they feel that they shouldn't have those problems. And actually many people question their faith, which is exactly what Satan wants them to do. As long as you're worshiping Satan, you're not born again, you're not following God, everything in your life will be nice. Why? Because Satan knows you're going to follow him to hell. He doesn't have to bother with you. But once you choose to follow God, then you enter the army of God, you're enrolled as a soldier in the army of God. And immediately Satan sends out a series of demons to watch every move you make and to pull you down and to trip you and to make sure you stop worshiping God. The day you decide to follow Jesus, you're a mortal enemy of Satan, and his crosshairs, you know the crosshairs in front of a gun? The cross is centered on your brain or your body to kill you, to destroy you, to make sure you deny your Lord Jesus Christ. The end result of Satan's attack is to make sure you lose your salvation and that you don't go to heaven. The more people he can take to hell, the happier he is. Why? Because he wants to get back at God. Now he knows that he can't fight God. You know, God is greater than Satan. But when he kills God's children, when he destroys them, it's like he's disturbing God indirectly. Just imagine somebody tormenting your son. Somebody is tormenting your son or your daughter, you can't have peace. You know, if your daughter is sick, your son is sick, or your son has an accident or something, you are worried, you are troubled, you cannot sleep. So the person has the same effects as not making you sleep. Instead of attacking you directly, he's attacking your son, and you are feeling the same pain. That's exactly what Satan is doing to God. He knows God is grieved when he sees his children suffering and in pain. Look at what he did to Job. Even God said that he was a perfect man in his generation. But see what Satan did to him, how he killed his 10 children and then afflicted him from head to toe. And he lost all his fortune. But despite that, Job did not deny God. So the Christian life is not a bed of roses. The Bible says that we must go through many tribulations to enter the kingdom of heaven. And everybody who would live a godly life will face persecution. That's exactly what we're reading today. It's called discipleship of Jesus Christ. Being a disciple, that means you're a follower of Jesus Christ. If you're a follower of somebody, you will pattern your life according to them. In other words, what they went through, you also go through the same things. Maybe not as much, but you follow the same pattern if you're a disciple of Jesus Christ. So whatever Jesus experienced, you would experience it. What am I referring to? I'm referring to betrayal. You remember Judas betrayed him. I'm referring to rejection. Remember his family, his own people rejected him. They didn't regard him as a prophet. Even he himself said, a prophet has no honor except in his own country and among his own people. Even in his own town, Nazareth, he could do only a few miracles because they didn't believe in him. So that's what the apostle was telling us here for us. He said we are troubled on every side. Who are we? He's talking about the saints of God, the redeemed saints of God. He's not talking about people who are unbelievers or are not Christians or just nominal Christians. He's talking about people who are truly serving God in spirit and in truth. Actually, the whole Bible is written about people like that. If you're a nominal Christian and only comes to church on Sundays, you don't really obey God in personal life, you have sin, ruling in your life, then these promises in the Bible don't apply to you. And you cannot claim any of them. The promises only apply to those who are truly serving God, living holy, righteous lives, living crucified lives, holding on to the cross of Jesus Christ. They are the ones that will go through all this. And in going through all this, they will also receive eternal life and the mansion in heaven. Jesus Christ said, I'm going to prepare a place for you. If you were not so, I would have told you, I'd go to prepare a place for you, so that where I am, you can be there also. He has gone before us to prepare our mansions. Even that not alone is enough to make you keep on going on in life, despite all the tribulations and attacks. So we are troubled on every side, yet not distress. What is trying to say? In other words, on every side, wherever it looks, is trouble. One problem and another. This is the apostle of Jesus Christ, the person who was raising the dead, doing miracles. You think that, Paul couldn't have had any problems. Oh yes, read my lips. Paul had a lot of issues in his life. 3 times he was beaten, 49 stripes. Once he was stranded on the sea. Several times he went without food. Once they beat him to death, they thought that he had died, and God raised him up. if you read 2 Corinthians, you'll see what he went through. Yet, he did not deny God. So we have trouble on every side. Yet not distress. Distress means we are panicking. We feel we're going to die. That's what it means. So even though he was troubled on every side, he was not distressed. He didn't say, God, I don't know how I'm going to survive this. This is too much for me. Oh no, I know this. No. We are perplexed, but not in despair. What does that mean? Perplexion means that you don't know what's going on. It's like you don't understand what's going on in your life. From one problem to another problem. As soon as you overcome one, another one comes. I think, God, what's going on? What kind of life is this? Before I became a Christian, my life was easy. I didn't have a single problem in life. That's what most people say. But once I chose to follow Jesus Christ, my problems began. And since then, I have no peace. That's a common testimony of recent born-again Christians. Because this man is throwing everything at you, including the kitchen sink. Why? To make sure you deny Christ, to make sure you backslide, and to have you in his grip as he did before. He said, we are perplexed, but not in despair. Despair means we've given up hope. We've lost hope. Have you ever been in that situation where you think, there's no more hope left? Well, you're in good company. Welcome to the club of Christians who are walking towards the kingdom of heaven. That's what you're going to go through. Apostle Paul had a thorn in his flesh, most likely epilepsy, and he prayed to God to remove it. 3 times he prayed to God, and God did not remove it. God told him, my grace is sufficient for you. That was my ability in you is enough for you to go on living without me removing this illness. He said, because my power in you is made perfect when you are weak, when you have this thorn in your flesh. Because Paul was given revelations that very few human beings ever saw. So to prevent him from getting proud, God put that on his flesh to keep him humble. Maybe you're like Paul, you're wondering why you have this problem in your life. You prayed and nothing has happened. Maybe God's grace is sufficient for you. It says, not destroyed, they're persecuted, but not forsaken. In other words, despite the persecution. Remember in the time of Paul, Nero, the emperor of Rome, was using Christians as torches. After killing them, they'll put their bodies on a pole and they put fire on it. They were feeding Christians to the lions. We know that Stephen was martyred and stoned to death. There was a great persecution. We haven't seen any persecution in this generation. From the time of Paul, that's when you know what is persecution. We don't even know the meaning of persecution. They're persecuted, but not forsaken. What does it mean by that? In other words, even though we are being persecuted and troubled, but we know God has not forsaken us. He said, lo, I'm with you, even to the end of the age. I will never leave you nor forsake you. That was the promise of Jesus. So even though you might be persecuted, you might be thrown in the lion's den, Jesus is still there with you. Say, how is that possible? Oh yes. Remember when the children of Israel were thrown in the fire by the king, what happened? There was a 4th man in the fire with them, and the fire did not burn them. There was not even a smell of fire on them. Whereas the 6 soldiers that were sent to increase the intensity of the fire consumed them and they died. Remember Daniel when he was the lion there? Jesus was there with him. He shut the lions' mouths so they could not eat him. So that's the faith you need to have, that God, even though I'm going through this trial and tribulation in my life, I know you are fully aware of where I am. And I know you've never left me or forsake me. I know you are still with me. It says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For what? For thou art with me. You see? He didn't see God But it says, I know your presence. I know your spirit is present with me. Even as I walk through this valley of the shadow of death, full of scorpions and demons and snakes, yet I know you are with me. I will fear no evil. See? So that's the faith. The Christian life is one of faith. What does it say? It says, the just shall live by their faith. Habakkuk 2 verse 4. Let's read it. The just shall live by faith. You cannot live as an unbeliever basing your faith on what you see, or if you pray once, God doesn't answer, you've lost faith. No, no, no. You cannot live like that. Because faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Your faith has been more than that. Your faith has been the word of God, the promise of God, whether you see it or not. For instance, if Satan afflicts you with sickness, and you begin to pray, and nothing is happening, don't stop believing. He said, by his stripes, by the stripes of Jesus Christ, you were healed. You are already healed even before the sickness came. So that sickness is a stranger in your body. You just have to believe in that promise and begin to rebuke it, and you'll find you'll be healed. Habakkuk 2 verse 4. The just shall live by their faith. Behold, what?
Behold the proud.
Mm-hmm.
His soul is not upright in him.
Mm-hmm.
But the just shall live by his faith.
That is it. The just shall live by their faith. You need to begin to live the faith life. Most people in this world live by what they see. Oh, once they cannot see it, it's not possible, or they can't believe in it. But the true Christians would say it doesn't matter whether I see it or not. Jesus said it, I believe it, that settles it for me. Whenever it happens, I don't know, but I know it will happen one day. That's solution we are praying for. God is going to give it to you as long as you keep on believing in Him. But if you say, oh, I've been praying for 3 months or 3 years, nothing has happened, let me stop praying, I don't think this is for me. Then you're not walking by faith, you're walking by sight. Jesus said, when I return, shall I find faith on the earth? Because He knows that by the time He comes back, most people will be living the life, the carnal life, not the spiritual life. And that's exactly what we're seeing in the world of today. And it says that always bearing in our body the dying of the Lord Jesus Christ, that the life also of Jesus might be made manifest in our body. Now, that's a strong statement. It says always bearing our body. That means there is a seat, there is a machine of death in our bodies. That's what it's referring to. It says always bearing, they're carrying that seed. Like somebody is infected with a virus, God forbid coronavirus, but wherever you're going, you're carrying that germ in your body. And that germ is doing something in your body. What is it doing? It's causing your flesh, your carnal man to die. Why? So that the spiritual man, the life of Jesus Christ, can come out and be shown to the people. Let's go to Philippians 3 verse 10 and Romans 8:17. Always bearing in the body the dying, the death of the body. Just now was as Jesus Christ died, as His life was full of death, so would our own life be full of death to the flesh. The carnal desires we put to death. The Bible says, put to death the carnal members, the members, put to death, mortify your members. That's how Apostle Paul describes it in another episode. Saying mortify. Mortification means death. So put to death those members of the body. That's what we carry about. There is that seed of death to our flesh. Okay, go on, read it. Philippians 3:10, Romans 8:17. Romans 8:17 says, Romans 8:17 says, And if children, then heirs of God and joint heirs with Christ. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. So your sufferings are not in vain, because there is the kingdom of heaven waiting for you. Philippians 3:10.
That I may know him,
That I may know him
and the power of his resurrection,
and the power by raising from the dead,
and the fellowship of his suffering,
and the fellowship of his suffering,
being conformed to his death,
being made like unto his death.
if by any means
Mm-hmm.
I may attain to the resurrection.
And it is the rest. That was as I conform, as I die daily, like Jesus Christ died, then as fellowshipping in his suffering, because of my suffering, as I'm suffering, I'm dying daily, little by little, my flesh is dying, then I can experience that same power that raised him from the dead, that resurrection power. That's a new life. That's what it's referring to there. So for we which live, those of us who are alive, are always delivered unto death for Jesus' sake. That was because we are followers of Jesus Christ, because we are his children, we carry that virus of death in our bodies. And every day we die in little bits. Our flesh dies, not the physical body. Our carnal man dies. You know, the carnal man wants to do everything against what is right. Doesn't want to pray, doesn't want to fast, doesn't want to deny himself, wants to do all the wrong things. That's the carnal man. So as we follow Christ, he sanctifies us and he puts to death that carnal man, so that his true life, which is very different from the life of the carnal man, will be evident in our lives. If we know the true life of Jesus, we know that most of the things that we worship and that we observe on this earth, they are not of God. What people praise, what people look up to, most of them have nothing to do with the spiritual life. For instance, this world, if you have a lot of money, people will respect you, they think you're this, you're that, but that has nothing to do with your entrance to the kingdom of heaven. If anything, it would prevent you from getting to heaven. Because Jesus Christ said, it's more difficult for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven than for a camel to enter the eye of a needle. But the whole world looks up to rich people, right? They stand up for them, respect them, they do this. Whereas in God's sight, they're nothing. So we're talking of you becoming spiritual, you becoming more like Jesus. So make me more like Jesus. When you pray that prayer, you are praying for crucifixion. Your flesh being nailed to the cross. And I don't know whether you're ready for that. We which live are always delivered. Romans 8:36. Unto death for Jesus' sake, that the life also of Jesus might be shown in our mortal flesh. So this mortal flesh carries death in it. Mortal means it has an end, cannot live forever. But when you follow Jesus, that life of Jesus Christ will bring to life the death, that dead body. See, that's what it's referring to. Romans 8:36. Romans 8:36 says, as it is written, for their sake we are killed all the day long. See? We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Well, let's start from 35. Or let's start from 31. What then shall we say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us? He that spared not his own son, but delivered him for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? That's Romans 8:32. Who shall lay anything to the charge of God's elect? Or it is God that justifies. Who is he that condemns? It is Christ that died, yea, rather, that is risen again, who is even on the right hand of God, who also maketh intercession for us. And he says, who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long, we are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Say, nay, In all these things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I'm persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of God which is in Christ Jesus our Lord. What a beautiful word. Look at that. The aim of Satan is to separate you from the love of Christ. That's why he asks the question, who? Who can do this? This is a tribulation, shall distress, everything we just read about. You said it there. Shall nakedness, shall peril, shall sword. Maybe you're going through a difficult time. You begin to doubt the love of God for you. And you're thinking, God truly loves me. He cannot allow this to happen to me. Don't listen to those lies from the pit of hell. That is Satan whispering in your ear. Why? To make you turn against your Savior. He's there with you, even the deepest pits. Remember Corrie ten Boom, the evangelist, who was captured by the Nazis for helping the Jews to escape. And when she was captured with her mom, her sister, and in that camp, her mom and her sister and her uncle died. And one day she got so depressed, and then she had a voice. There is no peace, but I'm deeper still. That's what God told him. God told her. He said, Corrie, I know you feel down right now. I know you're down with this, but I'm even lower than you. In other words, I know where you are. God knows your point of need right now. Speaking to somebody right now who is facing a very difficult time in his life or her life. And God is telling you through me not to lose hope. Because even in that pit, Jesus is with you. And if you wait, if you hold on enough, he will bring you out of that pit, out of that tribulation. The Bible says that there is no trial common to man. There is no trial that can affect you, but it is also common to man. And that God will make a way out. He will make a way for you. If you can only hold on in faith and not doubt and not question the love of God for you, he will make a way for you. He will make a way for you. 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13 says, "There have no temptation taking you, but such as is common to man." Now, what you're going through right now, it may seem very great in your own sight, but somebody else has already gone through it, and they've come out smelling like a rose. They've survived just like you are going to survive. Say, but God is faithful. Listen, God is faithful, who will not allow you, suffer you to be tempted above that you are able. God knows your breaking points. He will let you get to that point. Before you break, he will come and rescue you. I know that from experience. But with the temptation, also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. See? That's the word from the Lord himself, not from me. That's God, Jesus speaking to you. Isaiah 43, verse 2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you pass through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, it shall not be burnt. And the flame kindle upon you. This wonderful promise of God. Do you really believe that today? Oh, are you listening to the lies of Satan that's all finished for you? There's no hope for you. No. For a child of God, there is always hope for you. For the others, maybe not, but for you, yes. So don't give up. Don't lose up today. So then, death walks in us, but life is. In other words, as the apostle was suffering and going through the tribulations, the life of Christ was made manifest in him, and that life was shared with the people. It was transferred to the people. See? As that light was shining through him, was shining to the people, and they were having life, the life of Christ was being imparted to them. But he was experiencing the death. in his own body. Just like you and I have experienced death in our bodies and daily walk. And through that death, the death of Christ comes to the surface and is given to all those around us. So we have the same spirit of faith, you see? That spirit of faith, that's what you and I need in our walk of Jesus Christ on this earth. The spirit that will believe without seeing. It's not the spirit that will say, oh, I don't know whether God will answer my prayer. You're not has happened so far. I don't know. That's unbelief, which is a sin, by the way. The spirit of faith that will believe without seeing. What is faith, anyway? Let's go to Romans, Hebrews 11. The definition of faith. Because many people don't understand what does faith mean. They think faith is head knowledge. No. Faith is not head knowledge at all. Got nothing to do with the head knowledge. So now faith is the substance, and that was something you can hold in your hand, of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You see? In other words, if you have faith, you believe that your prayer is answered, even before you see it. That is faith. No matter how long it takes, whether it's 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, you never stop praying until you get it. So the evidence is not seen, but you have the substance in your hearts. You know that nobody can remove it, that what you're praying for, you will get it. Even though everything around you is negative. How do you think Abraham believed God when he was 100 years of age? And God told him he was going to have a baby. He was 99. How do you think he felt? Well, the Bible says he believed God. And Sarah, whose body was as good as dead, she was 90 years of age. And she had a baby. You too can be like Abraham if you believe God. So we're having the same spirit of faith. According to written, I believe and therefore have I spoken. We also believe and therefore speak. See? When you believe, that faith comes in. Faith comes by hearing. You hear the word of God, faith-filled words, and you believe, and you speak it out. And therefore speak, knowing that he which raised up the Lord Jesus shall raise up us also by Jesus and shall present us with you. So as we read in Philippians 3:10, that when we have the fellowship of his sufferings, when we suffer with Christ in a daily walk in this life, because we follow Jesus Christ, we experience tribulation, persecution, rejection, betrayal. And as we do that, our body, our flesh man, our carnal man dies, and the spirit man comes and reigns. So as the spirit man comes and reigns, what happens? You feel the power of resurrection. Well, that's the only way the spirit man can come, because the flesh man has died. So the only way you can continue to survive and live is when there's a resurrection of that man. But now this man that rises is no longer the carnal man. Is now the spiritual man. See? So as we believe in Jesus, that same spirit that raised him from the dead, he will also raise us up from the death of our flesh to the resurrection of our spirit man. See? That's what it's referring to. According to written, I believe and therefore have I spoken, we also believe and therefore speak. 2 Peter 1:1. The resurrection power of Christ is working in every child of God. Because as they're dying to their flesh, their bodies, they're being raised up in the spiritual realm. So the resurrection of Christ is working in us. 2 Peter 1:1. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, those who have obtained like precious faith, you see? With us. By the righteousness of our God. Yes. And Savior. Jesus Christ. See? Those who have obtained the same faith and righteousness of our Lord Jesus Christ. That's you and I, if you truly believe in Jesus. Knowing that he which raised up the Lord Jesus shall raise us up by Jesus and shall present us with you, for all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might fill the thanksgiving of many redound to the glory of God. So all things are for your sake. It means that everything that was happening to him was for the upliftment of the church. A child of God is an epistle written by God. It is an example to the world, a light in the darkness. What does it say? So we're a peculiar people, a holy priesthood. To do what? To show forth the glory of God to the world. So we're examples. God is using us to speak to the world. And in doing that, our flesh is crucified and our spirit man is resurrected. That we can share that life with so many other people around us. So even though we are dying, but we're giving life to many people. That's exactly what the apostle was speaking of when he says that we have that life. We have the death working in us, but life in you. So we thank God for this passage today because it reveals the life of a Christian. I want you to set into your mind that the Christian life ends the day you're born again, and that from that moment on it's all a bed of roses. You don't have any more problems. No, no, no. The holier you are, the more attacks you're going to face by Satan. Because very bigger threats to him. You know, Satan doesn't bother with many Christians. Why? Because they're going to hell with him. They're not living the holy life. They're not obeying God. They're not living righteous lives. So it doesn't bother with them. Those are the ones who have been saved for 20 years. They're still in the same position. They have no other testimony to give. They're going through the motions of traditional Christianity. No, no, no. As a child of God, you have to face trials so that you can be promoted in the spiritual realm. What did the Bible say about Jesus? It said, when a branch is showing, when it's fruitful, what happens? Jesus Christ prunes it. You know that pruning is very painful to the plant. You cut off the branch when it's producing a lot of fruits. Why? So that they produce more fruits. So as a child of God, you will constantly face tests. Those tests are supposed to promote you, to make you better, to make you holier, to make you more like Jesus. You should not be complaining about them. You should not be regretting. That is the Christian life. And there's a reward in it. Because if all you experience in your life, if it finishes in this world, then Apostle Paul says, we of all men are most miserable. In other words, all your sufferings end and everything finishes the day you die. Then you suffer with nothing. But we know that's not true. We know there's a mansion being prepared for us by Lord Jesus Christ. That we're going to live forever and ever. We will not go to perdition and hellfire. That is our reward. See? That is our reward. So we thank God for this word. Let us pray. Jehovah, Jesus Christ, be my God. Father in heaven, we thank you for speaking the truth to us today. Revealing the truth about our walk with you. That you will never leave us or forsake us, even though we go through many trials and tribulations. But in every situation, you are always walking with us. Father, give us the spirit of faith that will not melt in the heat, that will not question, that will not doubt, but that will know that regardless, your promises are yea and amen. So all those that follow you. Thank you for giving us that faith, the overcoming faith that becomes the world. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen.